Can you hear us? Digital friends, it's so good to see you today on this wonderful Wednesday. We're coming to you live from the Boma. Jade, what's a Boma?
A Boma is a holding space in Africa, so you hear it used quite a bit.
Good deal. And what's being held here right now is what, Jade?
It's our rhinos. We have Linda and Jojo.
Who wants to meet a rhino baby? Anybody? Oh, Leslie's raising her hand today. Mindy's got her hand up there today. All right, well, before we do that, real fast. Your Zoo EDventures team today, live from the Boma at the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina. Steve's in front of the camera. What's your name again?
I am Jade Tuttle.
Keeper Jade is with us. And behind the camera, you got to get real loud, Leslie. You're far away.
It's Leslie.
And?
Mindy.
Thank you all so very much for being here. Wonderful team today to introduce you to a couple amazing animals you've met before if you've tuned in. And if you haven't, it's slick. You can tune in. You can go check out YouTube. They'll have a lot of our past episodes as well. So if you really want to see what a real baby rhino looks like, check some of those out. But are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Mindy's saying yes. Leslie's saying yes. I assume the digital friends are saying yes. Digital friends, are you saying yes? Let's go.
I think we're interrupting breakfast.
What do you mean by interrupting breakfast? I haven't had breakfast yet.
Jojo is nursing.
At least was. Until Linda was like, I think we're done with nursing.
Linda said, I want breakfast.
How cool is this? Digital friends, up close and personal with Linda. If you are not giving us hearts and thumbs up and wonderfulnesses, how cute is this? Amazing. So, Jade, I know this is Linda. And now I'm done. What can help you? What can you help us with Linda?
Well, Linda is our 31-year-old. She's kind of the matriarch out here.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, so we have 9 rhinos at North Carolina, and 7 of them are either Linda's daughters or granddaughters.
7 of them.
She has 4 daughters here and 2 granddaughters.
4 daughters and 2 granddaughters. I love that story.
And
that is so cool.
Youngest is right behind us, Miss Jojo.
Let's go find Jojo. We'll be back to you, Linda. We'll be back. Jojo's only kind of cute.
Only a little bit.
Jojo's only a little bit cute.
And she definitely doesn't know it.
No, I'm sure she doesn't.
Well, now that you're showing us your cute backside, but why don't you show us your cute front
Where's
side?
your cute face?
Jojo, come here, Rhino.
Come here, Rhino.
What are you doing?
See, my turning radius isn't exactly on a dime. There we go. Hi, Jojo.
So Jojo is the youngest out of all of our rhinos.
Oh, he's the youngest? Or she's the youngest?
She's the youngest here. She will be 2 years old in February.
2 in February. How much does a almost 2-year-old in February rhino weigh, Jade?
She is around 1,400 pounds right now.
Digital friends, this animal is 20 months old-ish. How much again? 1,400 pounds. That sounds like she's putting on 100 pounds, 80 pounds-ish a month?
Yep. And she's actually slowed down. When they're first born, they're about 80 pounds.
Woo.
And they'll put on almost 100 pounds a month for the first year.
100 pounds a month. Look at that shot. That's a great shot, Leslie. Super job. Thank you for that. And meeting Jojo. Now, these are southern white rhinos, correct?
They are.
And they get their name because they're really a bright white color.
Well, you know, our rhinos are really a bright red color.
They are a bright red
anyways. So then they'd be the red rhinos.
Oh.
No, the white, actually, we think it's a misnomer. So the German word for white is white, or the Dutch word.
Okay.
And when they were talking about the white rhinos, they were talking about the wide rhinos, like those wide-lipped rhinos.
I see.
And you could see Jojo. She's got that big, flat lip.
Oh, great shot,
for
Leslie.
eating grass.
Oh, so they're grazers.
They're
grass
grazers.
eaters. Okay.
And out of all the rhino species, they're the only grazing species.
The only one?
Only one.
The others are browsers, so they could be doing more branches and leaves and stuff? Okay,
and they have little pointy prehensile lips.
Pointy prehensile lips. I love that. That's so much cool.
So when we got to Africa and we thought these were the white rhinos, we just kind of called the other ones the black rhinos.
No kidding. All right. So a little bit of a misnomer, named a lot more animals than we thought going in. So I think that's an amazing story, the idea that their lips are so wide. And I've heard their mouths can be a foot across.
Probably,
12
yeah. I
inches
believe
across.
that. We'll see if we can get Linda to show us her big mouth
want
right
this?
here. I do want this.
Let me get out of your way.
Moved all my treats around. Come here, sweet pea. Linda. Oh, you want to show us yours? You're still chewing. Can you do a baby open?
Oh.
Good job. Linda, you want to do a big open? Oh, your horn got in the way. Good job.
And that's a trained behavior, right?
That is a trained behavior. So all of our rhinos, even the little ones, they start around 2 or 3 months, and they're part of voluntary health care.
Wow, that is so neat.
So we give them rewards every time they do something that helps us.
So
And
what would the mouth help you with?
that helps us with dental care.
Oh, no kidding.
So what we want to do, these guys don't have any incisors or canines. If you run your tongue over your teeth, those flat ones in front, the pointy ones, they don't have any of those. They just have the big flat ones in back.
Oh.
So when they chew all that grass all the time, those teeth get worn down.
Gotcha.
And they don't really have a toothbrush like we do, so we get caught in the corners.
No toothbrush. We do what we can.
There's one more.
Look at this big old mouth. Holy cow. That is so fun. And operant conditioning, because we've talked about it before, another episode that our digital friends can see if they want, that's when we ask for behavior. They get kind of a cue that, yes, you did a good job, and then they get a reinforcer.
Yes.
So that's how that's still working. Awesome. And it works.
We try to keep everything really positive.
Who was squeaking?
That was Jojo.
That was Jojo?
That's how baby rhinos talk. It sounds a little bit like a whale. And she was probably
kind of-
begging Mom to share her food.
Terrestrial whales, I guess. Awesome. Senses on these animals. Let me share what I know, if I may. Eyesight, not so good.
Not great, but not as bad as people think.
Oh, good to know, good to know. Hearing,
Pretty good.
okay. And sense of smell?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That
I
is their
love that.
strongest smell or sense.
And could be their strongest smell.
Well, they have a strong smell.
They sure do. And I love, hey Leslie, can you show the ear? Are you on the ears by any chance? I think it's neat when we look at the ears because they're covered in those hair tufts. And that's something that people don't realize a lot of times. This is a true mammal. They are covered in hair, either on their on the tips of their ears, tips of their tail, their eyelashes. That's all hair.
If you get a good look at Jojo's back, they even have hair all along their backside.
Oh, wow.
It's just harder to see when they get older because it spreads out.
I see. Neat.
So she has a fine, coarse hair all over her backside.
Gotcha. So cool. Mom and baby doing well?
They're doing really well.
Nice.
Yep. We just finished their last month.
Oh, we did.
So we did a health check on everyone. Check their blood, vaccinate them, get their weights, do a body condition score. So it's kind of like getting weighed in. And we've decided Jojo is growing great, and Linda is maybe a little on the fluffy side.
Fluffy. So is Educator Steve.
It
But
happens.
that's okay. Herbivores. Let's throw a fancy science word out there for our folks. Herbivores are plant eaters. Obviously, you can tell that with them. And the horn. Unfortunately, they're poached, right? Unfortunately, they're being killed illegally for their horns. And the horn is made of...
It's made of keratin. That's that science wonder material. It actually grows more like a hair. It's the same thing as your fingernails or the hair on your head. And if you see the base of Linda's horn, you can see how it grows kind of like a scrub brush.
Oh, look at that. Great shot.
So every time it gets wet or muddy, she's actually been grooming this morning. Right through here, you can see where she was rubbing it, trying to compress all those hairs together to give the shape to the horn.
Oh, wow. Neat. Leslie, come on back here. I have this, which is really kind of cool. This is the tip of a rhino horn that got broken off. And you can really see, I'll let Leslie do what she needs to do to get the kit close up on there. You can really see those fibers. So it's a hair per...
Thank you.
I had it a little too high for Leslie. Sorry about that, Leslie. That was awesome. So it is hair. It is a fibrous material. Now to say it's hair is like, it's close enough. But it's not a true hair. It's a fiber that grows. And it is keratin. It's the exact same thing that your hair and your fingernails is made up of. And this is just a tip. And obviously, it can break off. Your fingernails can break off. Tips of your hair can break off. It's okay. And this would have grown back. This was on another animal whose tip just broke off. And then they'll continue to sculpt it and make it look wonderful and new. Mindy, thank you so much for handing that to me. Appreciate that.
Jojo's working on her horn now?
Working on that. We do a really cool program here. It's called SMART. And while Leslie's showing you some amazing animals, I'm going to introduce you to the SMART program real quick. SMART is the Spatial Monitoring and Reporting Tool put into really ruggedized handheld computers. It's like a glorified cell phone. With that app, rangers are going out looking for signs of poaching. They're finding shotgun shells, or they find a camp, they find a snare, or they find signs of wildlife. All that information is then plugged in to that handheld computer, that ruggedized handheld computer, associated with a GPS or a GIS point. You're exactly right, Jojo. Thank you for that.
Jojo said, yay.
And then when all the rangers come together, they plug everything into one station, and it creates a massive map. And now the rangers can have their activity kind of directed to go stop poaching. That software, that spatial monitoring and reporting tool, was created here at the North Carolina Zoo by staff here. Dr. Burgle, Drew Cronin is involved in these, in conjunction with other partners across the world. The amazing thing is where it started out looking for gorillas, looking for rhinos, it became an anti-poaching software that's now used in over 80 countries and is the software, the anti-poaching software that's used exclusively in many countries. And that the team here at the zoo really spearheaded that. Again, it's SMART, the Spatial Monitoring and Reporting Tool. It's something you can check out, and it is an app. And it's really done a magnificent job of reducing poaching activity in Africa and across the world in several other countries as well. And it's really neat. It's a cool little program. Because nobody needs a rhino horn more than a rhino.
No one needs a rhino horn, period.
Right.
It's as good as chewing your fingernails.
So yeah, let's keep those horns on the rhinos' heads. I think that's so very important. I'm going to ask Leslie to do me a favor. Leslie, can you come over here for a second? Let's leave the rhinos just for a sec. We'll come back to the rhinos for a goodbye in a moment. But Leslie, I think one of the most important things that you can show our digital friends is this.
The car?
No, not the car. Let me see if I can move it over to the brown pile, the brown pile over here. The brown, not the car. Not the car. They're amazing people, but not the car.
Okay.
Not the car. This stuff over here.
Poop.
Poop.
Wow.
It is 10:15 Ashboro time. I'm showing you poop. Do you know why I'm showing them poop, Leslie?
I don't know. Why? Please give me a reason why.
Because poop is really important to rhinos. They poop in middens. They poop in the same pile over and over. And actually, if you kind of look off of the distance, you'll see a pile over there. You'll see a midden over there. And it's really important to them. I know it's early. Like, get me off the poop. So, a couple more seconds on the poop, and I'll continue the story with a rhino in front of us. So the poop is where the rhinos go to the bathroom. And they poop there, and they poop there, and they poop there. And that poop has amazing information in it. So the rhinos then go by and they take a smell, they take a sniff of the poop. All right, Leslie, I think we can probably come off the poop if we want to. But they smell the poop, and in the chemicals, in the pheromones of the poop is a ton of information. Baby rhino in town, pregnant rhino, animal about to become pregnant, new rhino. All of that information is in this pheromones, is in the poop. So we kind of make a little joke here. That's their social media. They make a post, go to the bathroom. Other rhinos read the post. They smell it, sniff it, and they learn something about the group. And if I'm not mistaken, Jade, you all don't clean them up immediately.
Nope, we
You kind of
do
lift
not.
them there, right? And you leave them there to keep that information around for the rhinos.
That's true.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah, we don't want them to lose all that social media. They
Right.
would lose their content every day.
Oh, I love that.
Not only do we clean it just little by little, but we do it in sections. We don't do it all at once.
Oh, no, that I didn't know. So it's kind of parceled out.
Yeah, so there
Okay.
might be a new story on one side and an old story on the other. But if it was one of your favorite stories, you can go back and
You
read
can
it
go
again.
back and investigate it again later on. That's awesome. And you got, I can't imagine how hard it is to come out with a shovel and a pitchfork and try to clean up all those different piles throughout this entire 40-acre space the rhinos have available to them.
It would be very difficult.
Leslie, can you imagine? I mean,
We were
kudos to you.
smarter, not harder.
what? What do you mean by that?
We come out with a skid steer, and we just pick it up with a tractor and put it in a trailer once a week.
Really?
Yep.
So you cheat,
We cheat.
but you would work much smarter. I love that. That's so cool. I didn't realize that. That's amazing. I was thinking, golly, you got to go all those piles. That's crazy. Couple last things on the rhinos themselves. We know they're doing very well. You said there's several
Yes.
that are out here. They have access to the entire space, right?
Yes.
All 40 acres they have access to. What kind of groups do they form out there?
That's an excellent question.
Why,
So
thank
these
you.
guys are one of the only social species of rhinos. So we
Oh, wow.
actually run them. We have 4 different groups. So the
4.
mom and calf, they'll usually stay together until
Okay.
she has another calf.
Like Linda and Jojo
Linda
here.
and Jojo. They're always together.
Sweet.
Well, Linda's last daughter, Nandi,
Mhm.
she had to find a new group when Jojo was born.
Oh,
So she lives with 2 other older females. It's actually her older sister, Abby,
Oh,
who is
nice.
another one of Linda's daughters.
okay.
And then an auntie named Natalie.
They have
And
aunties.
Linda's granddaughter, Bonnie.
Oh, wow.
So those 4 always stay together.
Okay.
And we have her daughter, another one of Linda's daughters, Kit, and her baby, Magoo, are out
Magoo
here
is
as
out
well.
there, yeah.
And Magoo will be 2 in January. So she and Jojo are really close together and they love to play.
Nice.
And then we have one other female here you might see. Some days you might see 9 rhinos out.
Who's that?
That would be Miss Olivia.
Oh, that's right, Olivia.
Olivia is 53 years young. She's a wonderful rhino.
That is amazing.
But sometimes all this space is a little too much
Too
for her.
much.
So she has a special yard in back where she has padded floors and sand beds to sleep in
Really?
and heat. Oh, it's a lovely place for a retirement.
Wow.
And some days she asks to go out.
Oh, she does?
Yep. So she'll go to the gate. We let her out. She hangs out and spends time with all of her friends out here on the grasslands. And then when she's done, she waits at the gate.
Goes back
She says, I want to go back in.
I'm sure you guys are very, so yes, you've earned your day, Olivia.
Oh, yes.
That
53.
actually goes with the question. I've been waiting to ask it because I knew it probably would come up. But Rudy asked, how old can they live to be?
Hey, Rudy.
They can usually live into their late 40s, maybe early 50s. So Olivia's doing really good. At 53 years old, she is one of the oldest in North America.
That's amazing. In North America?
In North America, there
Not
are
here.
3 other white rhinos her age out there.
No kidding. That's awesome. And I know you're chomping at the bit to tell us where Jojo got her name.
I love this
I know.
story.
Let's go over here. So you can.
Go see
We'll go with
Jojo.
Jojo a little bit.
So Jojo, we had a contest and we let the public decide.
Right.
And we had several names out there. But the name Jojo actually comes from a ranger who works in Kenya at a place called Old Pajeta.
Old
I don't know
Pajeta?
if anybody's heard of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Kind of famous.
Oh.
They have the northern white rhinos.
Oh, the northern whites.
The northern white is a cousin of their southern white rhinos.
Mhm.
And they are, unfortunately, functionally extinct.
Oh.
So there's no male anymore. And Jojo was one of the keepers who was the last to take care of Sudan, the male northern white.
Wow.
And we had a chance. He was here in the States, and he came and
Jojo
met
was
our
here.
rhinos.
The
He
ranger was here.
Yes. He and his
Wow.
friend James were in North Carolina for a film festival.
No kidding.
And they came to meet the rhinos. And when we had a new one born, we said, well, somebody has to be named after Jojo.
I love that story. Named after the ranger who was taking care of one of the last northern white rhinos. That's a great story. So digital friends, thank you so much for voting. Those of you that might have for the name Jojo. Any name you voted for, of course, is good. But it's awesome to see that we were able to recognize Jojo, the ranger, by naming Jojo the rhino.
You know, Jojo the ranger and Jojo the rhino had a Zoom call once. They met.
No way.
They did. It was
That
pretty
is
fun.
so cool.
He waved at her, but I don't know if she waved
You don't
back
think he
very
waved
well.
back? Well, you know.
She was still a little young and shy.
No thumbs. No thumbs. Really hard
No
to operate
thumbs.
some of those materials, some of that. Really cool stuff. What else should our digital friends know about the southern white rhino, Jade? They're so cool.
I think they have some of the cutest feet you've ever seen.
And that's where we didn't meet Umgu today, but Umgu's name comes from that, right?
Yep, Magoo's name is Swahili for feet. And when they're born, very thankfully for mama rhinos, they don't have any horns. And they have
Very good
really
point.
long, skinny legs and these big, round feet. So they look like all feet when they're born, and that's where Magoo got her name.
They are pretty cute when they were born. We've been lucky here to have 4 calves born in the last 3-ish years. And to see those babies out here is really amazing. And if the space occupies them, gets them there, and then the care that you all provide, Jade, is phenomenal. I'm going through all the training that goes through to be able to keep the relationships as they are, to let the rhinos be rhinos, again, on this 40-acre space is really an awesome opportunity for them to be their rhino selves.
It's a great opportunity for them to help their counterparts in the wild,
Oh,
too.
well said.
Because we do some research here with them. I said doo-doo.
She said doo-doo.
It's
Jade
a
said
midden.
doo-doo.
It's a midden. It's a midden. We midden some research here. We've done a lot of stuff because our rhinos are so well trained. They don't mind sharing their blood and giving blood. So we've done some research on different medications, on different techniques for how to process blood in the
That's
field.
interesting.
And we actually just finished about an 8-month study where we were doing behavioral research.
Oh, really?
We
Here?
have so many rhinos that live together and they're related. We wanted to see how their social bonds change with these new babies coming into the rhino crash.
The rhino what?
Crash. That's what a group of rhinos is called. It's a crash of rhinos.
A group of rhinos is called a crash. You threw me off a little bit because I was getting ready to ask you, because some of our digital friends have met Brett.
Brett?
Was Brett the one who did some of the research here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. So yeah, thanks to Brett, even though she can't be here today, she was able to do some of that research. And you share that research broadly, it sounds like. It's not kept here, it's shared out and about.
It'll be shared with the whole rhino
that.
community, anybody who wants to learn about it once it's published. And it'll help us manage the rhinos in the future, so you might decide what's the best time for them to go to another facility, if it's time for them to start their own family, or maybe who would be better going.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really neat. Can I tell a joke?
Sure.
You okay if I tell a joke? Rhinos are called, a group of rhinos called a crash, right? A group of crows is called a
Murder.
A murder. Very good. A group of crows is called a murder. Digital friends, what's 2 crows called? Dad joke. Attempted murder. It's the best I got. It's the best
All
I
right,
got.
that was pretty good.
Our poor, we have a Zufari experience. Wait, no. Leslie's twisting her thumbs down on that one. Our poor friends. We have a Zufari experience here at the North Carolina Zoo that actually takes you onto this 40-acre habitat, getting you even closer, not just to the rhinos, but the waterbuck and the oryx, the Adra gazelle, the Thompson's gazelles. You can go out and see, and everybody who goes on that has to hear that joke. It's probably not a good thing, but
A rite of passage.
Exactly. You have to earn the Zufari experience. All right. Well, this has been really fun. And the rain held off for us. That was amazing. That was really cool. We were a little bit worried, digital friends, because here at Asheboro, North Carolina, right smack dab in the heart of North Carolina, we were a little concerned. We had a little bit of rain coming, a little thunder and lightning, but it seemed to pass for us. So thanks for that as well. I think that'll wrap up this wonderful episode, this wonderful rhino episode.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. It was wonderful. Digital friends, I hope you had a great time today meeting Linda and Jojo. Keeper Jade was here with us, and thank you so much for coming out and about as well. Leslie was behind the camera today.
Oh, thanks for watching.
Mindy was also with us.
Thank you.
And I'm Steve. It's always good to see you all. Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. The zoo is open. Real quick, masks are required indoors. So please wear your mask if you're coming to the zoo for an indoor experience for some of the habitats that are here. So just be aware of that when you come. We hope to see you again next week from your Zoo Adventures team. Y'all be safe. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.